This is a continuation of part 3 in our Lucky Boy tour, and we have just stopped by the road to look at this prospect. We made the conclusion that this tunnel is best left untouched, as nothing inside presents as particularly interesting. Now what we want to do is hike over the top of the prospect and go cross-country. Continue at about a 60-degree angle, skewed to the right as you climb the hill. It is modestly steep, but not overtly so. Pretty much all the way up, it will look something like this. At this angle, you will come to a whole series of mines in a pattern of one almost directly over the top of the next. Clearly, there was some overriding pay stream that all of these mines were tapping into. For my money, none of these endeavors look particularly interesting. The mineralization is just not that pronounced. Throughout this whole region, the effort was spent on chasing minerals vertically, and all the shafts are dangerously angled and deep. The horizontal efforts were lackluster and mostly serve as prospects. Here is the road that we have mostly followed. And here's another one of our shafts. It's quite deep. And then set next to it in that outcrop is a portal. As usual, there seems to be significant depth to the shaft, while the portal is just a prospect. Just a teensy bit further up the hill, you will find this. This site, by far, has the most remains. The cement foundations remain for the head frame support, and directly beneath that, the wood and tin from a collapsed hoisting house. The shaft angles straight down and is very, very deep. There are more mines level with this open flat, but before leaving this shaft and going to them, let's take a final look down it. This mine is next, not too many feet away. I'm not sure what all the cable was lying about. I would have expected that to be closer to the previous shaft. Here is a much smaller mine. This would be more like a two-man operation. There is a shaft and an accessing adit maybe 25 feet below. The audit is excavated in ground which presents as unsettled and crumbly. There is very little mineralization. I would not spend much time here. From this last mine, we are on the flat looking back towards the hoisting house. There is a spur-graded road. Take that for a few moments. That will head up a hill, but now towards the left, and you will come to this shaft. There is not too much to look at, only the open shaft. Don't get too close to the collar. The opening is funnel-shaped, and like an antlion trapping his prey, if you get caught in the slant, you are not going to live another day. When done here, resume your climb up the road, and within a short few minutes you will be led to the uppermost large mine, whose tailings you could see from the starting point of our trip up the canyon. Here nothing remains other than a deep shaft, a flat, and a cement foundation where the head frame sat, and the tailings that I referred to. The road continues on, and within another few minutes you will end up at several prospects. None of them are very interesting, and by this point all the random quartz float that was laying around on the hillside is pretty much gone.